It's a busy time at the Wildlife Rehabilitation Center of northern Utah. Last week's storm triggered a huge influx of birds needing help. Some have been released back into the wild. Others are still receiving assistance. And that leads us to a story about a man who is giving assistance.
He is the West Valley Birdman, leading a facility that helps injured and homeless birds find refuge and in some cases get them back up into the air. News specialist Heather Simonsen's here with a look at how he's doing it. Heather?
My kids found this nestling dove on the sidewalk. You can see that she didn't have all her feathers and she couldn't fly. She was cold and hungry and needed help. We found just the place.
Well, here they come.
In West Valley City, there's a place where birds come to roost.
You know, wag that tail.
Find feathered friends, forage.
They are my friends, yes. So there's a few we've adopted I miss.
And a wild bird might land on your shoulder.
Well, this is a magpie, and this is another example of a bird that was on the ground that couldn't fly yet. So he comes by and he feels safe around the volunteers because nobody's trying to harm him. Hey, Eddie. Which one you want?
These 40-year-old parrots outlived their owners.
You want a cookie? I want a cookie. Well, I have better conversations with birds than some people. Yeah, that's funny. Yeah.
Richard Nowak has always been fascinated with birds.
Well, 6 years old is when our mother bought me a parakeet.
While working at the aviary, he saw a need and hatched a plan.
About 2006 is when we created the name.
A shrinking habitat left these birds no place to go. Bye-bye. This year alone, Richard and his team of volunteers have saved 716 birds.
That's good. So they're basically homeless birds, just like there are homeless people on our streets.
Richard takes the birds no one else will, like Pete here. Once the novelty of having a parrot wore off, his owner decided he couldn't take the squawking anymore.
And there are hundreds of stories like Pete's.
And they decided to tear the nature area down and put in a parking lot. Just assumed all the birds would leave. So the mallards and the Canadians, which are wild birds, did leave. And these two are left behind. Yeah, okay. We're successful at finding homes. We've had adoptions in Nevada, Idaho, Colorado.
This turkey wandered the city streets 3 days before Thanksgiving.
We named him Mr. T.
Mr. T visits schools, retirement homes, and even preschools. Other birds that get hit by cars, crash into power lines or windows, find a home.
This pigeon came in and actually couldn't fly straight, and he'd crash. And you see he's kind of holding his head sideways. He was suffering and actually upside down. It's a condition called paramyoxo.
The work is 24/7.
Birds don't read calendars or clocks. We feed them about 6 times a day they're fed.
That's 300 pounds of food daily, and it's not bread, which is nutrient poor.
Lettuce, tomatoes, cucumbers.
They flock around Richard.
Hi, Eddie.
His grandkids call him Grandpa Bird.
Come and get it. Come on.
These birds call him friend.
Yeah. It's just like dogs can sense fear in people, birds can also sense those fears, and birds can tell if you're a friend or a foe.
After 2.5 weeks of hourly feedings, the little dove we found,
this is a good habitat for the bird, can find food and also cover.
Now has all her feathers and can fly.
Is she gonna fly away?
The time has come.
That's right, exciting day.
Here you go, Eddie. You gonna take off?
Goodbye is bittersweet. But mostly sweet.
He's on a branch right up here in the tree.
Richard and his team work with Animal Control and the Petco Foundation. Their operation is mostly funded by donations, and they just started Freebird Friday, so it's a great place to come and adopt a pet.
Oh my word, you rescued that poor little dove, and what a success.
It was so sweet, very rewarding to see her fly away.
Yeah, neat. Thanks, Heather.